We've made 3 videos that talk about California's COVID-19 renter protections. This is the second video. Keep watching to learn about your rights if you can't pay your rent between September 1st, 2020 and January 31st, 2021. You may also be protected if you couldn't pay rent between March and August 2020. Watch our first video for details. Before your landlord can file a court case to evict you for unpaid rent between September 1st, 2020 and January 31st, 2021, your landlord must 1. Give you a 15-day notice to pay your rent, and 2. Give you a blank declaration of COVID-19 related financial distress form. You may be protected from eviction if you take 2 important steps. 1. Sign and return the declaration of COVID-19 related financial distress every time your landlord asks you to. And 2, pay at least 25% of your September through January total rent by January 31st, 2021. Your total rent is your rent plus any charges you agreed to pay your landlord, like utilities, parking fees, and TV or internet service. Remember, the COVID-19 declaration is a form you should sign if you can't pay your rent for a reason related to COVID-19. You can find a copy of the declaration form by visiting our website. Whenever you give your landlord a check or a money order, make sure you write what month the payment is for. You should also write a letter that tells your landlord to apply your rent to the current month. You can find a sample letter here. Give this letter to your landlord with all of your rent payments. Keep a copy of the letters. You can use them to prove you paid 25% of your total rent. If you return the signed declaration every time your landlord asks and you pay 25% of your total monthly rent by January 31st, 2021, your landlord can never evict you for rent you can't pay between September 2020 and January 2021. But even if you can't pay 25% of your total rent during this time period by January 31st, 2021, you should still sign the declaration form every time your landlord asks you to. If you do, your landlord can't file an eviction case for unpaid rent until February 1st, 2021. These protections only last until January 31st, 2021. This means that on February 1st, 2021, you will have to pay your full monthly rent on time. And remember, even though you can't be evicted for rent you couldn't pay during this time period, if you give your landlord the signed declaration and pay 25% of your total rent, you still owe your landlord this rent. If you've done these things and your landlord is still trying to evict you, seek legal advice. Do not ignore any eviction notices or court papers you might get. Our website has even more information about your rights as a renter during COVID-19. Make sure you watch our other videos about California's COVID-19 renter protections.